Welcome everyone. Monday meditation. We're going to start out with a groove. There's a lot of pent-up energy in the world right now. I just want to release a little bit. Just humming in the throat just opens up the heart. That I'll be loving you always. As around the sun the earth does keep revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cure, you can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. Just feel that little groove in yourself if you feel like along. So we're just loosening up the body a little bit to meditate. Let your sacrum loosen up. Just get any residual energy just moving through you and out into the earth, into the sky, until the day is night and night becomes the day, until the trees and seas they up and fly away, until the day that 8 times 8 times 8 is 4, always. Until the day the earth starts turning right to left, until the earth is just denies itself, until dear Mother Nature says her work is through, until the day that you are me and I am you. Always, yes. time knows to move on since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain that I'll be loving you and you'll be loving me. Always, 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 always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out of the sky, until the ocean covers every mountain high, until the dolphin flies and the parrots live at sea, yeah. Until we dream of life, life becomes the dream. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. You know life has given love a guarantee to last through forever and a day. Just as time knew to move on since the beginning, the roses know exactly when to bloom. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain, I'll be loving you and you'll be loving me. Always. My friend Lynn likes to have Motown Mondays. We're just getting it warmed up here. Always. Hari Om, Namaste. It's a beautiful day. So let's just drop inside. Just take all that energy we've just stirred up, kind of organize it, coalesce it, bring in the coherency, that beautiful good feeling that attracts all the good healings. Just bathing and basking in the joy. And if you're having a bad day, just let all the funky stuff go. Just drop into the groove here. We got a nice group of folks here all meditating with us. Aloha, everyone. I hope you're here on last Thursday when Marshall Lefferts dropped into town and we had a nice cosmic conversation up at the Mission Garden. And I thought I'd just elaborate a little more on some of those amazing concepts that came up. And I've got the chat line here, so if there's anything particular you want to discuss, I got my glasses. I can see what you're writing. So first things first, let's check in with that cosmic, call it the white hole. Right? We know about black holes to some degree. Nassim Harriman talks about on the other side of the black hole is the white hole. Right? So the black hole is sucking everything in, but somewhere on the other side it's blowing it all out. And by a certain estimation, that's how new universes are being created. So every little black hole, according to this particular perspective, is a portal into another universe. How cool is that? And one of the things he was saying that's particularly mind-blowing is that every electron, every proton, every galaxy, every sun, every earth, every planet has at its core a black hole, which is this wondrous thing. It's a scary thing from a giant astro, point of view, but when we get into the black holes that are in subtle levels of consciousness, they're actually, you could say, your sleep body. Because in India, they talk about the 4 bodies. And the third body is black, right? That it consumes, it engulfs your electromagnetic mind, your daily experience in the beta, alpha, theta, and we got dropped down into that delta wave, gets so deep, and into the black hole you go, which is That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Right? Just check into that altered universe, altered state. And then the next morning, you're kind of like a white hole. You come popping back out, and here we are. So that's a huge concept. And we were just blowing through concepts the other day. So I thought we'd slow it down, just piecemeal a few of these, kind of chew on them, meditate on them. Because when you sit still with them, they give you more information. That's my experience, right? You have more of a in the body connection to that information. So let's just drop down into that wondrous place, the pure I am consciousness, the 0 point plaza. This place, the zero, where everything converges back to its source. Just like seeds, plants that go to seed. Just drop right back into the heart, into the seed body contained in the black hole body of the causal sheath that protects this pearl body that the prophets speak of as the source of our consciousness. And from that point of view, it all makes sense. A little complicated, but it all kind of makes sense that at the core of it all is pure I am consciousness that holds it all together, because ultimately consciousness is self-organizing, and when it's not self-organizing, it's entropizing, when it's falling apart, so seemingly it's not really doing that. It's actually transmorphing, right? It's transmuting into another form of coherency. It's like whack-a-mole, right? You whack it here and something new pops up over there. So the universe is this sort of wondrous endothermic, exothermic reactivity cauldron that everything's just whooshing around and possibly escaping out invisible portals, but for the most part, according to the physicists, is contained in its own universe, right? So nothing ever disappears, right? All continuously changing. So what's the point of all that? That's useful for consciousness, right? It's useful to understand ourselves, because we are doing that, where we're constantly changing, we are paradoxical, we're morphing and mixing and doing strange stuff. And so the periodic return to the source, return to the center, it's like keeps all those balloons in check, right? All those universes. Breathing through the nose, just dropping in. Delicious, beautiful stillness. Pure I am awareness meditation cuts through everything, puts the mind in its place, puts the material world in its place with the body, because it's saying, this experience suggests that you're not those things. Yes, but not. We connect to them, they manifest, we express those things. But in our seed body, we're content-free consciousness. What a relief. Just noticing your content-free brain, hopefully. Liberated from stuff temporarily. We love our stuff. It's good to have space. Because alkalinity in the body is space. We get too jammed up, we get sick. So lots of spaciousness. Meditation is the ultimate access to space. We're space beings. We vibrate up, go into that lightness naturally. The heavy corporal body pulls us down with the gravity and the pressure of the atmospheres. But your consciousness is supremely free, and light. We're just going to experience that, tuning into that. Notice any tension in your body, just releasing it in the shoulders, the neck. Breathing through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Maybe even suck in a nice batch of oxygen. Hold and release, like a balloon. Slow release balloon. Let's do another of those. We're powering up, Scotty. Fill yourself up with prana shakti. Who can mess with you then? And release. So this idea that we're a black hole, or that our consciousness exists inside the sheath. And what's the proof of this? Is that you wake up in the morning and somebody was noticing your experience while you were asleep and all your dreams. Who is this person? So we're just tuning into this deep self that's not on the conscious level. Otherwise it wouldn't be able to observe your dreams or notice how long you're asleep. You just have this feeling. You know when you want to wake up a certain time. It's this being, this supercomputer clock in you, this observer principle. It's very reliable. It's like the universe is a kind of computer. Right? There's a digital aspect to it. But behind that, you could say, is analog, is soul. It's liberated from birth and death, from off and on, from yes and no, right? This sort of digital thing where we go from the 0 point to the 1. And then that's, all the expression is taking place within that little 0 to 1. I guess that's why computers work so well, right? But we transcend this digital domain. Life is beyond birth and death. I'm just going to breathe into that which is beyond the digital. The supercomputer of the body is an amazing thing. Let's say we are even more amazing, the part that's watching. Because we created this computer, you could say. Just going back to 0 point plaza. 0 thoughts. If thoughts come up, release. Just keep holding with the pure I am awareness. And as you hang there for a while, it's like a dark movie theater you just walked into. It starts to get clearer. Different senses open up. You can smell things on a more subtle level. You can hear things far, far away. You kind of know what your friend is thinking. It wouldn't be possible if you were too busy. So dropping into the most subtle of the subtles. Super subtle. Transmutation Station. It's like going into the black hole, right? It's not a scary thing. It might be for you, but let's say there's folks that get on the 72nd Street subway and Broadway every day, and into the black hole tunnel they go, and mysteriously, magically, they're in Times Square. Poof. Magic. Go into the black hole, come out of the black hole. Whoop, there you are in Times Square. But we can go to a place that's far more interesting than Times Square. Kudos to Times Square. Deep inside is a magical place, full of grace. It's like a recharging station. Just park in the 0 Point Plaza parking lot, and you just start to recharge. If you drive a Tesla, I guess you park in the Whole Foods parking lot and plug in there. We're going to plug into the nested hologram of your own being. A beautiful nested equation of coherency. The Supreme I Am consciousness posing as you, showing up as you. How amazing is that? The Supreme Consciousness of this universe decided to be you. Just love that. Means God likes being you. You're good. If you had any doubts, the Supreme Being is very invested in your nature. So just basking in the glow of that revelation, right? That you are the Supreme I Amness. When I was thinking the other day, I left out one of the verses in Green Evolution. For whatever reason, I just was trying to remember, I just couldn't, so I ended up repeating the first one. And then I sort of jumped into the second half. But I just wanted, in slow motion, just go over what some of those words are, because they're very relevant. Fission, fusion, so confusing. No more nuclear power, please be using. Coal and oil are the wrong track. Let's get rid of all the smokestacks. The power is everywhere. Nikola Tesla got it right out of there. 0 Point revelation. Tomorrow's celebration. So get off the grid, take a solar shower. Tell them we don't need their power. Green, 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 green. Evolution. Green, green, it's a green solution. 'Cause we're caught in the grip of a collective trip of nuclear and fossil fuel. Immaculate deception. Seems like we've all been fooled yet. Look at what they've done to California. They took the money and run. We can't afford to, so they sold our power to the highest bidder. And they got their bonus just a little bit quicker. So get off the grid, take a solar shower. Tell them we don't need their power. 0 Point revelation. Tomorrow's celebration. And all these scientists are trying to figure out, what's running the universe here, Is it coal? Is it carbon? Is it hydrogen? Is it this or is it that? But isn't it obvious that is love? Love, 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 yeah. Wherever it's spoken of, yeah. Love's the strongest thing. Love's the strongest thing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love's the strongest thing in this universe. Peace, precious peace. Let peace never cease. Love's the strongest thing in the universe, yeah. Love, 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 wherever it's spoken of, yeah. Love's the strongest thing, yeah. Love's the strongest thing, yeah. Love's the strongest thing, yeah. Okay, we're getting into another of our groove loops here, so you can just do the humming thing. And just keep it simple, 2 chords, and you can start to get the groove. Come on, Deanna, you can go. Yeah. She's meditating. Love, 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 love. How about that? Just love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. If you prefer the higher frequency, we move up a step or key, yeah. Maybe that's the feeling in you, yeah. Just grooving that feeling, yeah. Love, 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 love. You should have your own version of the love by now. You're gonna groove in your own version of the love right now. Love, 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 love. Wherever it's spoken of, love. Love, 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 love. Love, love, peace, precious peace. Let peace never cease. Peace, precious peace. Let peace never cease. Love, love, wherever it's spoken of, yeah. Love's the strongest thing, yeah. Here we go. Love, 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 love. It's that L sound connecting to the roof of your mouth. Love, 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 love. Sets up a frequency and a harmony and a cosmic calibration, see. But there's no such word, so we just keep flowing and just keep knowing and then just keep going and love, 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 love. Just protecting your precious heart. You can put your hands over your heart and give some love to your precious heart. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you. you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you, yes I do. Love, love, mama, 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 love, 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 love. Alleluia, alleluia. Cause we're sending out a wave of love to all of the people of this world, this world, this world. Yes, we're sending out a wave of love to all of the people of this world, this world, this world. Sending out a wave of love. Yes, we're sending out a wave of love. Yes, we're sending out a wave of love to all of the people of this world. Yes, we're sending out a wave of love to all of the people of this world. Love, 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 yes, wherever it's spoken of, yes. Love's the strongest thing. Love's the strongest thing, yeah. Oh. There's just something special about the major 7th chord. If you like James Taylor, it's his domain. So we're breathing, a little lighter at the core, free to take in more, just opening for sure. Om Namah Shivaya. Let's just drop in while we were working with that Hawaiian mantra, the Ho'oponopono mantra. Just the I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry mantra. And I'm going to check in with anything you might have written here. It's like the inside, it's just I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. It just clears at a distance any build up, any misunderstandings, any negative charge you've got going with somebody out there. You don't need to meet up with them and resolve it face to face. You might trigger each other even more. I mean, you could, right? But maybe use the remote view, remote send clearing function, right? Everything's gone remote. Why not forgiveness? Good evening. Aloha. So yeah, anything you want to tell me, we can talk about. Marshall's not here today. Went back to Santa Cruz, but that sure was fun to hang out in the garden and talk about cosmometry and the scalar nature of the universe and how it's all really one big consciousness that's scaling in all these magical ways, different perspectives. God showing up as a bird, God showing up as you, God showing up, however that works, the magical matrix universe, right? Magical, holographic, fractal, repeating, infinite possibility universe. From that point of view, it all sounds very light and tasty, when in fact, when you're in the midst of the crime scene here, it's kind of, woo, you know, this guy's just stalking up through his head. But instead, better than being dead, drop into the heart, smartest part. And then the universe is a lot more at your fingertips. It's a lot more governable from the point of view of anchoring your being. And so we're sending out any back pain, clearing that. That's a lack of support, whether it's financial usually. So just magnetize the money if you need it. Call it in. Go make it, right? Energize it. It's like when we fall into we stop energizing with the universe, the liver stops creating that wood, generating the wood energy to the heart, and business slows down, transactions go pew, and that fire principle diminishes, and there's less money, there's less passion, there's less excitement, there's less whatever. So we want to balance the fire element. We don't want it burning us up in strange pain. Sometimes if the kundalini is stuck somewhere in the body, it can shoot out kind of like an electrical, right? So we want to move yourself through that blockage. That's usually a little forgiveness pocket in there that needs a little popping, right? Just maybe it's for yourself. Forgiving yourself, best idea in town, right? Because we're the only person around. So deep down, what does that mean to forgive ourselves? I think we kind of know. So let's just do that. Just releasing yourself from some grip of a tortured mental image. Releasing yourself from the grip of somebody else's tortured mental image. Releasing yourself from the grip of the cultural projected toxic, sick mental image, right? Let's arc into green juice, arc into health, arc into sunshine, arc into love, arc into good feeling, attract the healing. Stillness clears the illness. Arc into that. Uplift, expanding, opening. Much better, ne? I didn't tune the tambour yet, so let's just see. Sometimes this tells me what's going on. How in tune is the universe today? Oh man, did you see the news? No. So, let's tune up the universe. What arrogance is this? But seriously, if we tune ourselves, tune the instruments, this is a little smiley guy, right? Look at this little guy's face, right? It's like the little rabbit that came out on the porch the other day. It's just a little guy was so sweet, not afraid of me, just came and sniffed my toes. Oh, little rabbit. It's like that's the universe, right? So the universe is kind of like a little rabbit. Well, actually, these two sound good. So what does that tell us? Central core. And then let's see what happens. What was that? That's better. We want to override any verdicts today, anything that inflames the public, anything that gets strange karmas going. We just want to beautiful harmony. Okay, now we get to see what's really going on with the G string. I'm in recovery. went the wrong direction. This happens sometimes in vehicles. When I was 16, I had my grandmother's 52 red Ford parked on the edge of this little parking lookout on Somme Sound, and we were all set to pull out, except that I had it in forward, not reverse, and we were aimed towards the water. The very nick of time, some angel intercepted, but wouldn't want to be at the bottom of 50-degree water in a red Ford that's hard to get the top down. There we go. If you get a tambura, which I highly recommend, it's tuned. There's various tunings depending on which raga you're playing with, whether it's you want to tune this to ma or pa. But when it's tuned to pa, which is the fifth, you can remember this as "Here Comes the Bride." That bride's got a kind of deep voice. Here comes the bride. How about "Here comes the bride"? Pa-da-da-da. But it's good to have that octave, deep tone there to just keep it all together. Somebody's got to play the bass. I'm laughing because when my dad was a hostage in Iran, the office, the liaison office back at the embassy, known as the Family Liaison Action Group, was actually run by my mother and another lady named Catherine Keogh. And Catherine Keogh was 6'2", and my mother was 6'1". And the Amazons were running the show backstage. And so anyway, it's just, my mom had a fairly deep voice, and so did Catherine. So it was sort of like, you had these like powerful forces. Oftentimes in Arab countries, there are certain Arabs, they will not speak with women in authority, or they don't recognize women's authority. And but little did they know the power that was going on, the power of mom. Okay, ye mom. So our mothers are powered by the Great Mother, and we're in the middle of the Navaratri, the 9 days of the goddess still in the spring equation. Durga has ridden her tiger and slain many demons in the last few days. And Saraswati and Lakshmi are bringing in the grace and the culture and the songs and the love and the wealth and the abundance. So let's just open up the hatch and receive the abundance that's dropping in from above. So some of what we were talking about the other day, you could apply to the tambura in a sense, right? That there's these vibrating strings that are all in a musical, harmonious, geometric relationship to each other. And when things are in a beautiful geometric relationship to each other, you can hear what it sounds like, right? Whereas before, well, you heard what that sounds like. And waveforms tend to amplify others if they're in harmony. So if you have like a beautiful choir singing together, they're all riding the flute waves of each other, essentially. There's an amplification of the wave. The sum is greater than the parts. And so with the tambura, we have 4 different strings, obviously. Just sort of like the fingers on the hand, except there's 5. There are tamburas with 5 strings and 6. And yet they're part of the hand, right? There's this larger wholeness that comprehends them. And so we can essentially identify with different octaves of our being. And the higher the octave you identify with, you could say that's the higher frequency you're actually manifesting, radiating. It's like same with an instrument that's in tune, right? You get all these overtones, beautiful expansion, lovely carry through. Everything is feels good. So yeah, a few more recaps on what we were talking about the other day, that the universe is music, that the wind is music, that your body is music. When you're upset, even that's music, right? Like maybe the easiest way to take note of this principle is to record something on a camera and then slow it down, right? So slow motion maybe more profoundly reflects what's going on, right? Because you can appreciate every little droplet that's flying through space. Every little particle is in its place. What might be seen as an awkward, strange person in slow motion looks amazing, no matter who it is, what it is. So that would be a great metaphor for meditation, isn't it? Like the Transmutation Station meditation of slowing it all down so much that you can see it in slow motion. If you can see it in slow motion, you can see it. Right? You can really appreciate it. Like most football plays that are amazing, they happen so fast, you can't see it. Right? Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. Gathering everything we've traversed today, bringing it all together. The scalar wave nature of consciousness, linking you to multiple dimensions. There's scalar waves in your iPhone, and yet you are way more profound than a digital iPhone. Matter of fact, the iPhone exists because we are that profound. So what more could I say after that? Namaste, everyone. Beautiful Monday evening to you. See you on Thursday, I hope. Namaste, namaste, namaste.